the greatest motherfucking YouTuber of all time. Better than Mr. Beast. Better than Rudy. Better than Pokemon Joey. Better than Nostalgianomics. It's Nostalgia! Bong Hits! We're back with another one. And today we're going to go a little bit deeper into some of these topics that I wanted to discuss on this channel. You know, today I was going and grabbing lunch and I seen a Corvette convertible with a license plate Eastern Star. They actually had Eastern Star as the license plate, and which is really creepy, okay? Because listen to this. So, throughout the country, there are free Masonic lodges everywhere. I want to teach everyone this. You look in your town, you will find a free Masonic lodge somewhere. Now, we're going to go a little bit deeper into this. The Order of the Eastern Star is the female version. So, your Freemasons are all men. So, your next little satanic group is the Order of the Eastern Star. These are all females, usually generally old women that are basically forwarding the satanic goal to control the world. So, anyway, and I seen this old bitch get in her car, in the Corvette, and leave, and I'm like, whoa, that's so spooky. And meanwhile, the Order of the Eastern Star, it has like stars around the license plate that are basically all pentagrams, dude. So, the Masonic compass, George Washington was a Freemason as well. Like, all these presidents that we've had are all Freemasons, and they've all controlled the world, you know. And a lot of their symbols are pentagrams, like the Order of the Eastern Star. And a lot of people don't understand this. And even the snake symbol that's on the side of hospitals, it's like a cross with a snake going up it. It has like some biblical meaning too. That's like fucking spooky when you think about it. But this whole world, you have to understand, is ran by signs and symbols that people can't read. And it's almost like if you're not aware of these things, you can live your whole life and just not see past all of that stuff. You know what I mean? And it's really spooky. It's really spooky though. And, you know, these lodges have been around forever. They have ran the world. You know, there's secret societies like Skull and Bones. George Bush and Bill Clinton were both in these. Barack Obama was in this. Like, all of them were involved in Skull and Bones. And they're magically our presidents. Like, these presidents have all been hand-selected by those who run fractional reserved banking. And have you noticed? They keep fucking us. Every single one of them. Bill Clinton fucking us. George Bush fucking us. Doing shit that makes them rich and us broke. Whatever they can do to sell us out. And that is why things have gotten so disgustingly bad in this world for your average person that it's downright sickening. And they've almost done a thing to just completely make people hate the average person trying to get by. Like, it's wild. And then if you're a Jesus believer, forget about it. This world hates you for that. And, you know, now I see why, you know, like in the Bible, they talked about Jesus hating the world so much. And you're like, why? You know, and they also talk about the great flood with Noah. Why would God flood the world, everyone says? Well, if I seen the world like this and I created all of these people and they're literally just financially screwing over the poor, I would flood this world too. You know, and I think if most of you were God, you would flood the world too when you see it get like that. And that's what I think in the very near future. We are possibly looking at the apocalypse coming soon. Something has to change drastically in the next 10 years because it just can't keep getting this bad. And next I want to get into the Bible talking about the four corners of the earth. And this is going to make a lot of my subscribers think I'm retarded, but either way, fuck it, I don't care. I'm just saying what's going on in the Bible. So, in the Bible, it talks on one of the pages of the four corners of the earth, the earth having four corners, which makes it seem like the earth is like a disc and we're on it. and it has the dome above it, instead of the world just being completely round. Do with that what you will. That it has like 4 corners to the earth. But who knows? Who the fuck knows? I'm just saying what's going on in the Bible and comparing it to modern day. It claims that the earth doesn't spin, which is interesting. These are just things to take away from what the Bible says. And it also says there's a firmament that no one can get past. And this gets me to my next point of why NASA is probably a fucking complete fraud. First of all, they've been caught doing multiple videos. There was also a news article about an astronaut drowning in a spacewalk. How does an astronaut drown when he's in space? First of all, because they film their stuff in fucking pools, man. There were a lot of bubbles that have popped up in their spacewalks. A lot of them look really fucking corny. And most people, let's face it, they don't believe we went to the moon. And I don't doubt that one bit. There was also a rocket test on YouTube. You can search it up, a rocket test, where they shoot a rocket and it hits the firmament and it just stops, like a glass dome. And a lot of people have referred to shattering the glass ceiling. And like I said, they had Operation Fishbowl in the 60s where they shot nuclear bombs at the firmament. You can search up Operation Fishbowl in Google. It'll pop up. And they were trying to nuke this firmament. And it makes you wonder, were they trying to get to the heavens or something, or what's going on? But this gets to my next point of the system all being a fraud ran by fractional reserve banking. That these bastards controlled the world this entire time. And everyone is just completely dumb, sarcastic to it, stupid to it, that this is a satanically controlled world. Even Washington, D.C., they designed the structure as a pentagram. And you can search this up, Washington, D.C., it actually has a pentagram in the building. The money, satanically controlled money. We've talked about this on this channel. Look, you don't think this is suspicious at all? That doesn't seem suspicious to you? Especially when you spell the word Mason with these letters, it makes a pentagram. This shit doesn't wake you up at all? Are you blind to this? Am I speaking of just a different thing? Next thing we want to talk about is the Nephilim. They were giants that roamed the earth whenever angels bred with demons. Whenever demons had sex with average women of the era. And it created the Nephilim. And apparently that's why God flooded the earth, because there were just giants roaming around. I don't think God wanted giants crushing all kinds of people. So that's possibly why the earth was flooded years back. Now, we get into what I think is going on now. And I think we're moving closer to the mark of the beast system, where they can put, something in your eye or in your forehead, and it is the mark of the beast, and you will be denied heaven. And it's possibly through vaccination as well. It's probably through all this stuff. And you have to understand, the media is a corrupt brand machine. It's all part of the same cult. It's all part of the Masons. It's all part of the Order of the Eastern Star. They all work together to control the average person. So they get richer and you get more screwed. And the goal of this world, in my opinion, is to make it so you cannot get to heaven when you die. That is my honest take on this world, that it is corrupt as hell. They're killing us with smart meters. I mean, stack it all together, guys. If you don't believe me, stack all this shit together. They're killing us with smart meters. They're killing us with 5G. They're promoting that. They're promoting AI. They're promoting Neuralink, which is essentially where they put a chip in your body. The Bible talks about the 666 chip. I mean, come on. When you're younger, you think, maybe the Bible's full of shit. I don't understand it. It's too complicated to understand. For a lot of people, it is. They don't understand the Bible, and that's why they're clueless. And that's why they will probably end up in hell. And it's sad. Even at the Apple logo, the bite out of the apple. You ever notice Bill Gates used that logo? The bite out of the apple, going back to Adam and Eve when they bit out of that apple in the Garden of Eden. This is all biblical. They sold the first Microsoft computer for $666. All of these things don't stack together to maybe make sense. All of the things that they called conspiracies, and you're crazy to believe them. You don't think all these stack together now? You have to follow history and keep up on this stuff. The Antarctic Treaty to keep people out of Antarctica. The Operation Fishbowl with nuking the firmament. The Federal Reserve Act of making sure banks control currency and interest rates. These are all the same people. It's all the same cult. It's all the same cult. The entertainment's satanic half the time. The music, Christmas, a falsely celebrated holiday that's not even remotely about God. God says to not even bring a Christmas tree in your house. These are not things you should be doing. Easter was a blood sacrifice holiday. It all stacks together to be a complete fraud. You know, this whole world is designed to keep your soul from going to heaven, in my honest opinion. And it does a damn good job at it, too. Anyway, like I said, I know I'm not perfect or anything, but I'm just throwing this stuff into a record of the stuff that I've picked up over the past 15 years. And I'm delivering it to you, the average person, to do with this information what you want. You know, you don't have to believe me. You could think I'm crazy. That's totally fine. But for most of you out there, consider this. None of your little friendly YouTubers, you know, PokeRev won't tell you about this kind of stuff. None of them do. None of them do. They're clueless. Half the world is so fucking clueless to all of this stuff. And I just wanted to put it documented in a video. So anyone that wants to wake up to this system and believe in God before it's too late, believe in Jesus that died for your sins before it's too late, man, that they can see this and make their own fair decision. Not a decision where you're blinded and you can't see what has happened in the world, because most people are blinded. No one was raised to learn this stuff. They don't teach it in the schools. It's not designed to be taught in the schools. That you can make your own fair decision on if you think God is real or not. You know, and in the Bible it says you can't love the world and love God. That is so true. That is so true. The more I love the world, I feel like I get disconnected from God. The more I chase financial gains, the more I feel like I get more disconnected. And I don't like it at all. But it's complicated because you have to have that fair balance of somehow living in this world and still being aware of where your soul goes when you die. And what does it cost you to believe in God? Nothing. You know, what if you're wrong? Who cares? You'll be dead anyway. It won't matter. I'm just saying this is an urgent message to take all of this stuff into consideration for yourself and make a very educated decision that if you believe this kind of stuff, or if you think it's just all coincidence, which I don't think is the case at all, and make a decision if you think the Bible's pretty fucking accurate or if you think it's a crock of shit. And I pray for your souls that you all make that decision. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Nostalgia Bong Hits. We're out.